This man figured out how the pyramids were built. How was one 5 foot tall man able to cut, chisel, and move hundreds of tons of limestone completely on his own? Stick around as we dive into the modern mystery of Coral Castle. This is Edward Leedskalnin. He was a Latvian American engineer who created a park of megalithic structures in the early 1900s. Ed only weighed around 100 pounds and was only 5 feet tall. After a battle with tuberculosis, he went out in search of the perfect piece of land for his megalithic park. He worked completely alone and at night and wouldn't tell anybody his secrets. When asked, he said he knew the secrets of the pyramids. He created a 9-ton revolving door, furniture, a telescope, monuments, and even a bathtub, all made from Ulithic limestone. His park, called Coral Castle, has the world's only megalithic telescope. This telescope is lensless and stands 25 feet taller than the castle walls that surround it. It also weighs 30 tons. The triangular piece in front has a hole drilled in it that functions as an eyepiece. This is the view from the eyepiece, which lines up directly to the hole in the tower. True north is located in the exact center of the crosshairs at the top of the tower. Also, the North Star will fall in one of the 4 quadrants depending on what season it is. Not only was Ed a very talented engineer, but he also knew a lot about astronomy. He did all of this on a 4th grade education and without the use of a telescope. Ed also created a sundial that's accurate down to the minute. And once again, this is the only megalithic sundial in the world. The tower in front of the sundial has a slice cut into it and a metal piece inserted into that. This metal piece casts a shadow that looks like a pointer. Every other loop seen here that does not have a number on it represents a half-hour mark. And Ed even chose these loop shapes for a very special reason. If you were to take a picture of the sun from a fixed point on Earth every day for a year, the sun would make the same shape, and it's called an analemma. At noon on the first day of winter, the shadow appears at the exact center at the top of the sundial, as shown here. And on the first day of summer, it's at the center of the bottom of the sundial. Before Coral Castle, Ed had a different park named Rock Gate Park. This park was located in Florida City before he moved it to Homestead, Florida, where it now stands. The revolving door is one of Ed's greatest achievements, weighing in at a whopping 9 tons. Before it broke for good in 2004, it's said that this door was able to be moved by a small child using just one finger. In 1986, the door broke for the first time. A construction company was called in to help move the boulder, but they couldn't figure out how to fix the door. So, engineers from the University of Florida brought in a 20-ton crane. They discovered that Ed had used ball bearings from a 1918 Ford truck, along with axle parts and a small, flat rock about the size of a frisbee. They were very intrigued that this rock was able to withstand 9 tons on top of it. They sent the rock to geologists who were unable to determine what kind of rock it was or even where it came from. They attempted to fix the door by removing the frisbee-sized rock and shaving down the boulder. The gate was able to revolve again, but it was never really fully fixed and broke again in 2004. The most interesting part of this door is that Ed was able to find and drill through the exact center of gravity. This is a pretty amazing feat because the weight was not evenly distributed throughout. Over the years, 6 different teams of engineers tried to figure out how to fix the door, and none of them could figure it out. Coral Castle was made in dedication and remembrance to Ed's lost love, whom he only referred to as my sweet 16. This woman had broken off their engagement, leaving Ed heartbroken. He set off for a new life in America where he built the entire castle, hoping that eventually someday she would come live with him in it. In 1980, his sweet 16 was located in Latvia. Her name was Agnes, and she was 83 years old. When invited to visit Coral Castle, Agnes said that she had no interest in marrying Ed back then and has no interest in what he's doing now. No one has been able to figure out with certainty how he moved these structures. A video did surface of Ed using pulley systems. However, most people aren't satisfied with that answer. This is because some of these blocks that Ed used were heavier than blocks found in the pyramids of Giza. And besides, how he moved these stones is only part of this great mystery. My name is Danny, and I research mysterious topics. I hope you liked this story. If you did, leave a comment with other topics you'd like to see covered. Check out Wicked Mysterious on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.